All right, and thank y'all for joining us this morning. Welcome to New Student Onboarding. And I want to start it off by saying thank you to every single one of y'all having your cameras on. We appreciate that so much. We love being able to see your faces and being able to interact with you guys instead of talking to little black boxes. So thank y'all so much. And just, I'm so happy that you're comfortable enough to have your cameras on and really be with us today. So thank you for that. We are going to start this morning's presentation off with some introductions. I have a short presentation for you guys. I'm going to share my screen real quick. And just if somebody would let me know when you can see my presentation.
I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Perfect. Thank y'all. All right. So like I said, we're going to start with some staff introductions, some important people for you guys to know who they are and what role they play here at Unitech. And the first one is going to be our director of the online campus, Ms. Jessica Washington, and she is with us this morning, so I'll turn it over to her.
Welcome to Unitech Training Academy Online. We are delighted to have you join our vibrant and dynamic community. At Unitech Training Academy, we are committed to providing you with the best educational experience possible, ensuring you are equipped with the skills and knowledge needed to succeed in your chosen field and ready to take and pass your certifications. As the online director, I want to personally welcome you and ensure you that our dedicated faculty and staff are here to support you every step of the way. Remember, your journey at Unitech Training Academy is not just about earning a qualification. It's about growth, learning, and preparing for a bright future. Make the most of your resources available to you. Stay engaged with your instructors and your peers, and don't hesitate to reach out if you ever need assistance. We can't wait to see all that you will achieve with us. And again, welcome, and let this journey be success. Let it be a success together. And again, welcome to you.
Thank you so much, Miss Jessica. Next, we are going to have our Director of Education, Miss Marcia Gallagher, and she is also with us this morning, so I'm going to turn it over to her.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. I could sit here and talk to you for 2 hours about medical billing and coding because it's my passion. It's what I come from. It's what I started with Unitech as, but I'm going to share some things with you that I think are vital. Today, you are not just starting your education. You are starting your new career. I want to point out that word, career, not job, career. And why do I say that today you start your new career? Well, because today you're learning to meet deadlines, right? You're learning to be organized, right? You're learning time management, right? You're learning critical thinking skills, all the things that are going to make you successful. And guys, that's what we want from you for you from day one is success. We want you to have the career that you want. But that depends on you making the deadlines, putting in the effort. You have a wonderful instructor, a vast support system, and people who don't just look at you and see a number, they see you. Please, please, please communicate. Take this seriously. I'm just going to share with you guys, I was the homeschool mother of 5 when I began my little online program, nothing like we do here. It was just something, listen, tablets and dinosaurs, okay? We still did everything paper. When I started my career, I just thought I was going to be doing something, a little bit of something to help make ends meet for my family. I didn't see it as a career. I just said, oh, I'm just going to make some extra money. And I'm the director of education at Unitech Training Academy. I never dreamed of this kind of success and career for myself. I'm excited for you to dream for what your career will be and to see where you go in the future. So please let us know if there's anything that we can do to support you. Miss Brandy is the perfect person to help guide you there. I'm not going to talk anymore because y'all know I could get all emotional and all the funny, really frizzy and all the huggy things. But I'm very passionate about this field. It is vast and it's waiting for you.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss Marcia. And I have to add on to that right quick because it's such a good point what she said. She never saw it as something that she was going to even do long term, really. And guys, when I started it, I didn't either. I started it with no medical experience at all. I was thrown into an office doing basic data entry. I met Miss Marcia that day, and she trained me in my first medical billing job. And I have gotten to watch her career grow and her grow in this field over the past over a decade now, I think. And she's done the same for me. She trained me originally and then watched me go on to take over accounts and make great things happen at the job we were at. And then she got me on here, and now we get to help other people grow like we did, in something that we never even expected to do long term, really. I have a degree in something completely different, but this is what I love. This is where our passion is, and this is what is best for me and my family. And we want to see you guys do the same thing. We want to see you guys have that growth and get that stability that you want and meet those goals that you're trying to achieve. That's what we are here for, is to help you with that. So thank you for choosing us and letting us help you on this journey. We love it. We love it. Okay, so enough of that soapbox. The next person we want to introduce you to, and I think she must have some stuff going on this morning, is Miss Franny Gotro. She is our online registrar, and she's kind of like the spoke in our wheel. She kind of keeps it all together for us. She does your diploma plans. Anytime you guys need any documentation, I'm going to direct you to reach out to Miss Franny for that. Okay. So she's a very important person to know who she is. And again, I'm sorry that she's not with us this morning. Sometimes she can make it, sometimes she can't. It just, she has a lot going on, a whole lot. And the last people that we are going to introduce you to, oops, that's okay. We're going to introduce you to the Career Services Department, because they are going to play a major, major role towards a little bit later in the program. Once you get started polishing that resume and looking for a position, they're going to be the ones to help you out. And I believe we have Miss Tamara on from Career Services this morning, so I'll turn it over to her.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I'm Miss Tamara Duncan. I am new here at Unitech Training Academy. I am the Medical Billing and Coding Career Services Coordinator here. I am new here, however, I'm not new to this, what I am doing. I do have a brief presentation to show you just to give you all a little breakdown of what we are here to do. Give me one moment. All right, here we go. Welcome, everyone, as I said. Today, we're just going to quickly go over our services, our required forms and purpose, professional development, guest speakers, and then the contact info. So UNISEC Training Academy Career Services, we're here to support our online students and graduates in their career development journey in the healthcare and IT field. Mr. Kelby Daigle, he's not here with us today. However, he is over the IT field. He is the coordinator for that program. Here at Career Services, we offer career advising, assistance with job placements, mock interviews, and other professional development opportunities. The required forms and procedures that it's important that you all know about. Students must read, acknowledge, and sign designated forms. They'll be sent to you via email. Granting Career Services Department permission to assist you all and provide information on all of our services available. Failure to complete these forms will hold up your completion process, which you'll learn about more as you go through the program. But we will maintain constant communication with you. We're going to call you, we're going to email, we're going to make sure that you are on track with everything. You have certain forms signed, and if you want to start certain processes a bit sooner, we'll just help you along the way. First, within the first week, once you become an active student, you will receive a couple of forms. This career services agreement, is extremely important. This agreement just specifies your responsibilities as a student here at UNITEC. You will sign, you will initial, you will sign, and you will date and send back to me. This is our career services release form. This release form just gives us the permission to apply for a job on your behalf. So if we see something out there that we say, oh, so-and-so, qualifies for this position, I'm gonna go ahead and send her resume on her behalf. This release form here is letting us know that you're telling us it's okay to do so. And then this career services assessment, you'll get this during the midpoint of your program. You're gonna more than likely engage in a one-on-one with me, and we'll go over information that's on your resume, create a resume if you don't have one, and we'll also do a mock interview and or take you through a mock interview and just prepare you for virtual and in-person job interviews. And we're available even after you graduate. So we don't just drop you off once you graduate. We'll still be here for you. Contact information for Mr. Daigle at the top for IT, and my contact information here at UNITEC. Contact me as soon as or whenever you would like. I'm here to help. That's the end of the presentation. Thank
Miss
you.
Brandy, may I say one more thing before we move on?
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to remind you and inform the students too. You guys, we are making a transition right now. You will no longer be getting paper manuals. You're going to be getting digital manuals because that's where we're moving to in the future. So when you get into class and you see that some students have paper manuals, please don't think that you're missing something or there's something wrong. It's just a transition that UNITEC is going through right now. So I just wanted to bring that up for you in case you saw the difference and get in front of that difference and let you know that those manuals are going to be sent digitally instead of on paper. You guys know everything in doctor's offices. They don't use those paper manuals no more. So I forgot to add that in my little spiel before. So I wanted to bring that out.
Thank you so much, Miss Marsha, because that was not on my list to talk about because it's a new change. So thank you for reminding me also. Appreciate it. All right,
No
guys,
problem.
that is it for introduction. So we're going to say goodbye to our staff, and it's going to be just you and I for the next little bit as we get into some what I call the meat and potatoes. We're going to get to the important stuff.
We did the dessert first. You guys have a wonderful first day of your new career. I'm excited for you.
Thank you, ladies.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day. All right, folks. All right, so we're going to start off this morning. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and kind of what qualifies me to teach you this program. Okay, so my name is Brandy Guillory. Please feel free to call me Miss Brandy or Miss B. I like either one. I'm located in the Morgan City, Louisiana, way down here in the swamp. Some of y'all are close by, so that's awesome. I was born and raised here, but I've kind of lived all over, and I just moved back home last year about this time. I've been back in Morgan City about a year. I was born and raised here, so this was coming home to me. But I am married. I have one daughter um, who basically runs my life. Any of y'all that have kids know how that goes. Um, Everything we do is for them, right? So she is 6 years old and just heck on wheels, man. She's a redhead and she's got the attitude and the spirit to go with it. So things are generally fun around here. Let's see. I just turned, like last week, just turned 43, and I've been doing medical billing and coding for a little over a decade. Like I said, I started my first billing job with Miss Marcia years and years ago. We worked for an outsourced billing company where we had multiple hospitals, clinics, and doctors that we did billing for. They would send us their information. We would do work our magic and get them paid, basically. So I've done this for quite a while. I've worked in a lot of different specialties, pediatrics, cardiology, a group of hospitalists, oncology, neuropsychology, ambulance billing. I've done a lot, and billing is where my passion is. Some of our instructors like the coding side of things. I prefer the billing side. I like to argue with the insurance company and be like, hey, my doctor, I need you to show me the money. Okay. That's what I enjoy about the job is I like to solve puzzles. And sometimes a denied claim can be just like a puzzle. You got to figure out why it denied, get it fixed, and get it paid. So that's what I really enjoy about this career field. Again, I did not intend to be in this field when I started out. I have a bachelor's of science in IT. But where I lived in Louisiana, the great town of Alexandria at the time, there were no IT jobs. The best I could do was go work at Best Buy for Geek Squad, and that was not my jam. I wasn't about to do that after spending 10 years getting a bachelor's degree. But I was able to break into medical billing and coding because I had computer experience. That's what got me in the door. And then from there, I just learned. And you learn it. It was a great learning experience, but you guys, in the next 8 months, you're going to learn what took me 5 years to learn in the next 8 months, 9 months. So you guys are going to be so far ahead of the curve, and it's going to be wonderful for you. Okay. You're going to know what you're getting into before you get into it. Just out of curiosity, does anybody here already work in the medical industry in some form or fashion? Any medical experience whatsoever? No? That's okay. That's okay. By the time you get done here, you're going to know the ins and outs. This program will set you up to do almost anything you want to do administratively in a medical office. Anything front end, scheduling appointments, verifying insurance, getting prior authorizations, all of that stuff. We're going to teach you all that. And then everything on the back end, filing claims, working denied claims, claim resolution and payment, calling insurance companies, arguing with insurance companies. That's a big one. That's a big one. And it's a hard one to get too, because it requires a certain amount of confidence. When you call these insurance companies, if you're a newbie, they can hear it in your voice when you're uncertain. So we're going to teach you how to have a little confidence going into that conversation, what you need to know to get the job done, basically. So that's what this program does. It's going to set you up for anything you want to do in a medical office other than work with a patient. That's the one thing you're not going to have to worry about is working on a patient. But we're going to be able to do everything paperwork wise and money wise. So it can be a lot of fun. Right now in our program, let's see, let me go back to my little presentation, because that is going to help me stay on track a little bit, because I have a tendency to just talk. I will jabber on if you let me. All right, so the program is, we call it a Ferris wheel, okay? We have students that start every week, and we have students that graduate every week. And we're able to do that because we just run the program concurrently. We run it over and over and over again, and you can jump in anywhere. And wherever you jump in is where you're gonna end, okay? Like, there are basically 8 classes in the program. We call them modules. They go from module 151 to module 158. And you guys are jumping in right in the middle, module 154, okay? We are 10 days into module 154 today, okay? And we're right in the middle of coding. We're getting into the meat and potatoes of coding right now, which is not, I'll be honest with you, it's not the easiest section to jump into, especially if you never looked at a medical code before. It's going to be Greek to you at first. You're going to look at it the first couple of weeks and go, oh my God, what did I do? What did I sign up for? But bear with me. Give me 3 weeks, y'all. Give me 3 weeks to get you in and get the process down. And you're going to be like, I got this. This is cake. You will get used to it. It's a little bit overwhelming at first, especially for the students who start in coding, but it is okay. I promise. It looks more complicated than what it is. One day you're going to look at it in about 3 or 4 weeks, you're going to look at it and that light bulb's going to go off and you're going to go, why was I stressing over this? This is not that difficult. I got this. Okay. So just give me the opportunity to teach it to you and you to get a little practice and you're going to be golden. I promise. Okay. So don't let it freak you out. Don't let it get overwhelmed and don't overthink anything. If you got to sit there for more than 5 minutes and think about something, shoot me a text message. Okay, don't waste any more time. Shoot me a text message and say, Ms. Brandy, what is this that I'm looking at? Or where do I find this? Or, I'm confused about this. This is why I'm here. Literally, this is why I'm here. During the day, if you call me, I'm in and out of meetings all day, so I may not be able to answer you. Emails, I get hundreds of emails a day. So some of them get missed. But if you shoot me a text message, I've almost always got, even if I'm in a meeting, I've probably got my phone sitting right next to me. So shoot me a text message. That is the quickest way to get a response and answer to a question, okay? So again, you guys are jumping in module 154, day 10. This week, you're gonna have a certain set of assignments that I'm gonna email to you. Because I want you, where we're at in the program, we've already done kind of the base foundation of CPT coding. I want you guys to have that base foundation. So for this week, we're going to be doing an introduction to CPT. Just you guys. Everybody else is going to continue on like they are. But for you guys, for this week, I'm going to do that intro to CPT so you guys get that base. And then next week, you're going to jump in with everybody else and kind of take off. Okay, so just trust me. Just trust me. I know it takes some trust because it's kind of scary, but I promise I will not steer you wrong. All right, so let's talk real quick about attendance. All right, so a lot of online programs are kind of go at your own pace. This program is not that. This program is not that. We cover a lot of material in a week. We go through things pretty quickly. We give you a lot of information in 8 to 9 months. So it's not something that you can go at your own pace. You've got to go along with the assignments as I assign them. And you got to show up every day. That is Unitech's expectation. It's my expectation. It'll be, your boss's expectation when you go to work, that you show up every day, right? So, but I make this easy on days when your work schedule is crazy, your kids are sick, you got a family emergency, you got in a wreck, whatever. I make this really easy to get your attendance in every day. Every day you're going to have a daily assignment and a lab assignment that's due Monday through Friday, okay? That daily assignment is 1 question. It's literally 1 question. you can do it in a couple of minutes. Okay, so when your day is crazy, just focus on that daily assignment. At least just get in and get that done, and worry about the lab the next day or over the weekend. I have students that do all of the work the weekend before, because I open everything up on Friday for the following week. So you have all weekend if you want to get a jump start. Okay. Those daily assignments are how I check your attendance. If the daily assignment, when I go in at 8 o'clock in the morning, if the daily assignment for the day before is not completed, you are absent for that day. Okay. I don't look at the labs for attendance. I only look at daily assignments. So technically, if you wanted to, I don't suggest this, but if you wanted to, if you just your work week between kids and work and everything else is crazy, you can do all of your labs on the weekends. As long as you have the week's work done by Sunday at 11:55, you will not lose points. You, as long as it's all the labs are turned in by Sunday at 11:55, you're good to go. At 11:55 though, they close and they're not available anymore. Now, if you have an extenuating circumstance, and this is where the communication that Miss Marcia was talking about comes in. If you have an extenuating circumstance and you cannot get those assignments completed by Sunday at 11:55, get in touch with me. 10 times out of 10, I'm going to tell you that's okay. I can give you a few more days and I'll reopen those assignments for you. Okay. I'll extend them out, but reopening and reopening and reopening assignments causes me a lot of extra work that I don't have time for. Okay. So it's got to be an extenuating circumstance and you got to get with me before Sunday at 11:55. All right. If you text me at 10 o'clock on Sunday night and be like, look, I was trying and it hasn't panned out, I'm gonna be like, okay, that's well, number one, you're not going to get a response from me Sunday at 10 o'clock at night. I will text you the next morning, but it's going to be okay. All right. It's going to be okay. I'm very easy to work with, guys. I'm very laid back, easy to talk to. Okay. At some point in time in the next 9 months, life is going to kick you in the face. It happens to everybody. I feel like it kicks me in the face every other week sometimes, you know. So at some point in the next 9 months, you're going to have something hit you or hit your family, some circumstance, and you're going to be like, you know, I'm done. I can't do this, whatever it is. I can get you through it. If you talk to me, if we work together, I can get you through whatever comes along. I've had students that have finished this program while they were homeless. I've had students who've had babies while they were in this program. I've had students who've gotten cancer diagnoses while they're in the program. I've had students with terminal illnesses attend every single Zoom meeting from a hospital bed. If you talk to me, we can get through it. I can get you through it. I'll help you. I'm more than happy to help you. That's what I'm here for. Okay. We just want to see you successful, but we understand that you're going to have challenges. You're going to have days where I just can't do it. I can't do one more thing today. I'm too tired. I'm too exhausted. I'm too overwhelmed. I just can't do another thing today. That's okay. And you don't have to tell me what's going on in your life. I don't expect to get all up in your Kool-Aid. You just got to tell me, Miss Brandy, I've got something going on and can I do this tomorrow? And again, 10 times out of 10, of course, sweetie, I'll keep you in my prayers. Hope you have a better day. Okay. It's real easy, real easy. Now, let's say that you miss class. You don't turn in assignments for several days. I'm going to notice. We look at attendance every single morning. It's the first thing we do when we clock in. So I'll know at 8 o'clock in the morning if you were absent the day before. If you were absent for a couple of days, like one day, I'm probably not going to mess with you. Oh, they got busy. They had something going on, whatever. After a couple of days, I'm going to shoot you a text message. Hey, I'm just checking in because you've been out for a couple of days. Is everything all right? Is there anything I can help with? And at that point, if you do have something going on, that would be the time to say, hey, yeah, I'm sorry I didn't reach out, but I do have this going on. If I don't hear from you and you continue to be absent, you will start getting phone calls from Miss Marcia and other instructors and different things like that. Because they're going to be checking on you too. Like I said, we have a team behind you guys and we all want to see you successful. So maybe you don't feel comfortable talking to me. Maybe you feel more comfortable talking to one of them. That's why they're going to reach out. At day 7, if you are absent for 7 consecutive days, you are going to get a letter in the mail from corporate office reminding you of our attendance policy. Our attendance policy, if you go 14 days, you do not sign in, do some work, get in touch with me, something, you're going to be dropped from the program. Point blank, simple. 14 days, you're out. You're out. And you have to wait 12 months, an entire calendar year, before you can get back in. Okay. There's no reason for you to be gone 14 days without talking to somebody, ghosting. There's no reason for it. If you've got like a medical condition, you could take a 30-day leave of absence. That's an option with us, okay? If something goes on. And again, all you have to do with me is communicate and we'll get through it. But yeah, 14 days is the policy, and the expectation is that you guys are in every single day, okay? Any questions about that? Any questions about attendance? No? Okay, awesome. All right, consecutive absences. It's what we just talked about, so we're not going to reread that. Academics. All right, so just like any other school, you have a grade point average. Once you start getting test scores in and assignments in and I grade them, you'll get a grade point average, right? A 4.0 is the best you can get for straight A students, and I have lots of straight A students too. My students battle for who is valedictorian at graduation, and I will say that the last valedictorian was one of my students. But if your GPA, let's say you fail a module, something happens and you fail a module, which, guys, you gotta work to fail in this program. You really do. You're gonna have done absolutely nothing to fail in this program, okay? But if you fail a module, not the end of the world. We're gonna let you repeat that module at the end of your program, okay? But failure, a low grade will drop your GPA. Once your GPA drops below a 2.0, you're gonna be put on academic probation, okay? Now, this is not the end of the world. Everybody, again, sometimes life just kicks you in the face and you just can't get it all done, right? So we fail a module, our GPA drops, we get on academic probation. All we got to do is get a good grade in the next module, and then we'll be back off of academic probation. Not a big thing, okay? Now, if you stay on academic probation, if you fail like 3 or 4 consecutive modules, it gets to a point where your GPA is going to drop so low that we can't get it back to a 2.0 in the time you have left in the program. At that point, you're dropped for academics, because we're not going to keep you enrolled and keep taking tuition money and things like that when there's no way for you to graduate. You have to have a 2.0 to finish the program, okay? So if there comes a time where we know you're not able to get a 2.0 to finish, you will get dropped at that time. This does not happen often, because again, you got to seriously do some stuff to fail in this program. So that it's not something that happens often, but you do need to know that it is a possibility. Okay. But again, guys, if you fail, not the end of the world, not the end of the world. Okay. We can come back from that easy. All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about for this program, you guys, and some of you have already gotten some, and some of you have not. You're going to get an email from our IT department about Microsoft 365 login, okay? This is very important. This account, the Microsoft account, has already been set up for you. All you have to do is go in and change the password, okay? And I need all of you guys to do this from a computer, not a phone, all right? Some of the login stuff does not work the first time when you do it on a phone. Get on a laptop or a desktop or whatever kind of computer you're using and you're going to follow the directions in the email. Please read the whole email before you start clicking on things, okay? You're going to go to office.com and sign in there. It may not work if you try it through the app. It may not work if you do it through your phone. So best bet first time is do it from the computer, from the website, from office.com. And that link is in the email. All right, so all you're gonna do with that, and guys, I promise you, copy and paste the username and temporary password that they put in that email to put in the website. Copy and paste, because it's very finicky. If capitalization matters, spaces matter, blah, blah, blah. So just do yourself a favor, make it easy, copy and paste, okay? You're gonna change that to a password that you remember, that you set. And that is where you're going to find your Unitech email in Microsoft. On the left side of the screen, after you're logged in, you'll see a bunch of different little icons for Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint. And then down at the bottom, there's going to be Outlook. And that's where your email is, Microsoft Outlook. And the reason we do this is because literally every medical office and outsourced billing office I've ever worked in, my email was through Outlook. My email with Unitech through Outlook. Almost every company out there uses Microsoft applications and software to do business. These are things that are going to help you to be familiar with, okay? And that's why we give you, usually you have to pay for a Microsoft account. We include it in your tuition and whatnot, so we include it so you can get used to these things, because it's an asset. Knowing this stuff is an asset. It really is, guys. All right, so after you get this Unitech email, the Microsoft sign-in set up, that is where you are going to receive most of your communications from Unitech. So get in and check that email every few days, okay, so you don't miss anything. If career services or financial aid or the registrar or somebody else try to get in touch with you, they're going to send it to your Unitech email, not your personal. All right, now, me, if I need to talk to you, I'm probably going to hit you up at your personal email. I am going to send your progress reports to your Unitech email address, though. Those go out once a month, your progress reports. It is very important that you guys digitally sign them and send them back, okay? We do it through DocuSign, so it's really, really simple. A couple of clicks, send back, and you're done. But it is important that you send your progress reports back to me. We need that for our accreditation, for our certification, and to stay in good standing with the Board of Education. All right. Let's see. Let's continue on talking about logons and things. So once you have that Microsoft set up, you're going to use that same username and password for what we call Moodle. Moodle is our e-learning website, and that is where you are going to find all of your assignments, labs, class announcements are going to be on Moodle and also on the Remind app. I send them out so you get them on Remind. I think they kind of send you almost like a text message that I sent something out. So let's see. I may have to stop share because I want to show you guys what Moodle looks like. I'm gonna log out. And we're almost done, guys. So I know it's a lot of information at one time, but we're almost done, so don't stress out. Okay, so the first time you get to Moodle, this is what it's gonna look like. You're gonna have this login page, and you're gonna use the same information that you used for Microsoft. They're kind of tied together, they're linked together. So when you get in here, it's going to open up to your dashboard, okay? And you see I have some squares down here that each represent a different course, all right? Now mine looks a little bit different than yours because I'm an instructor and you're a student, but we're all going to have this up here, dashboard, and then right next to it is my courses. So the first time you log in here, this is all going to be blank. You're not going to have anything here. You're going to have to pop over to My Courses, and it's going to give you a little list. Now, when you guys look at that for the first time, you're going to have two things in this list. You're going to have My Course, my module that you're currently in, which is using coding in relation to patient surgery and body systems. You're going to have one of those. And then you're going to have a second one, which is orientation. Okay. And now that orientation module is put in by the registrar. Unfortunately, I know nothing about it except that you guys have to go through it. She said that's for her. She sets that up. And she asked that you please have that module completed by Friday. And you have it done by the Friday of your first week of class. Okay. So those are the only two options that you're going to have in this list. The first time you click into one of them, it's going to automatically send it to your dashboard so that the next time you sign in, it's going to open up and that module is going to be there. Okay. So all you're going to do, let's see, you guys are going to be, it's going to look like this, MBC 154717. That's the group that you guys are going to be in. It's going to be your only option, but I like to let you know what you're going to be looking at. All right, so once you click into the module, let me make sure I'm seeing it as a student. All right, so once you click into the module, it's going to look like this. You're going to have a little graphic up at the top that has all of my contact information is always right here so you can find it. A picture, this is the current book that we're in. I'm gonna have a picture of your textbook that you're working in and a little bit about the module. You can see this module runs from June the 4th to July the 31st. This is the longest module we have. It's 40 days long. And like I said, we're currently on day 10 of that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna scroll down a little bit. Important announcements, like Wednesday. We do not have class this Wednesday because it's Juneteenth. So that's listed there for you. And then you're going to see these lovely little boxes. I love how this website is set up kind of like an app. You have these great tabs where everything is just there. So the daily assignments that we talked about, that one question daily assignment is going to be here. You just click on the box and it's going to list them all. Okay. Or at least all that are open up to this point. You see, we're only on day 13 of 14. That's this Friday. Once Friday comes, you'll start to see the rest next week's fall in line. Okay. So, and you see how I have them titled. Day 1 of 40, day 2 of 40, day 3 of 40. I label them by the day of the module that we're on. So you always know where we're at. And they're easy for you to keep track of. You know, the first day of the module, you got to do the day 1 assignments and so on and so forth. Day 2, we do day 2 of 40. And it goes like that until the end of the module. Okay. So what I'm going to look at today, like I said, today is technically day 10 of 40. So I'm going to walk with you guys real quick on how to submit an assignment. They are super easy. All you do is click on the title. And again, it's one question. So what is the CPT code range for the integumentary system? I hate that word. I always say it wrong. Instructions, submit the answer to the question above. All right, so again, like I said, they're always going to be one question. You can see up here the due date, Monday, June 17th, 11:55 p.m. is, 11:55. And all you have to do is click add submission. And you're going to be able to type in your answer, blah, 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 blah. All right. And then you're going to save it. And then you're going to submit assignment. And it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to submit this assignment? In case you need to make changes or something like that, it's going to ask you if you're sure. Continue. And then it'll pop back and it'll say submitted for grading. And that's how you know you've done it. Now, if you just save it and don't submit it, it's going to save as a draft. But it's not going to submit. I'll be able to see that you submitted a draft of it, but it's not officially submitted until you see this, okay? And then once I've graded it, you'll see grading status and what you got on that assignment if you go back and check it. And that's it. read the question, type in your answer, submit, and you're done. Like I said, and this kind of stuff, the daily assignment especially, can be done from your phone on the app. Super simple, super quick. Now, you guys not getting physical CPT manuals is going to be a change for me. This is an effect that's gone into a change that's gone into effect really recently. So I'm going to have to rethink kind of certain assignments and how I do certain things for you guys, to allow for a digital version instead of a physical version. But most everything can be found on Google. Google is your friend in this program, okay? Google is not cheating. Because why? Because when you go to work, you're going to be using the heck out of it. You're going to be using a lot of internet resources to do your job. So there's no reason why you can't use those same resources here in the program, okay? So that's a daily assignment and how to submit it. Any questions on that? No?
No, ma'am.
Good deal. All right, so the labs and things are going to be just like that, guys. You see you have a labs tab, same thing. Day 1 of 40, 2 of 40, 3 of 40. You'll see I have Zoom at 4. Our weekly class meetings are Thursdays at 4 o'clock. Every week without fail. Thursdays at 4 o'clock. Now, these meetings are not mandatory. We understand that some of you guys are going to be at work. You may be picking up your kids from school at that time. You may be whatever. They are not mandatory. If you can, please come. That way you can ask questions if you need to, or hear other people's questions. That may be something you didn't think about. We highly suggest that you come if you can, but they are not mandatory. I will put recordings up if you miss one. This Zoom meetings tab over here, at the very top is the link to join the meeting. And you see it says Thursdays at 4. And then below that is the recordings for this module's meetings, okay? You see this one was from this last Thursday, 6/13. This one was from the Thursday before on 6/6. So it's all right here on the Zoom meetings page, okay? And you also will have exams. You'll have tests as we go through chapters. You usually have one test per chapter, and those are all here. Chapter 12, anesthesia, was the first one we did. That was due on Friday, 6/7. And also, guys, y'all are not responsible for anything before today. So all the 1 through 10, don't even worry about it. They might say 0 until I get them dropped. I have to go through each one of y'all's grades and drop each one of those assignments individually. So they might say late or past the due date, or it might say 0 or something like that. It will not affect your grade. I will get it dropped for you, but it's going to take me some time because and 10 of y'all start today. So I got to go through each of those. That's 100 assignments to click on individually. So just bear with me on that, okay? But you are not responsible for anything before today. But you do have exams, and those are on the exams tab, okay? And they have the due dates. I always list the due dates. You have to at least, to have the assignment mark complete, you have to at least make 1 attempt and receive a grade for that attempt. I do allow 2 attempts on my exams. Go through it. You get something wrong, review that material. It's going to tell you what you got wrong, and do it again, get a better grade, okay? Like I said, it takes work to actually fail in this program. So there we go. All right. Now, these 3, you're not going to use that often. Course resources, I think that is just your course syllabus. Certification resources is where you are going to find out everything you need to know about NCCT certification. That's the certification exam that this program prepares you to take at the end of the program. I am really sorry about the train coming through by my house right now, if y'all can hear it. But all of the certification resources are listed here. We highly recommend that you go to the NCCT website and sign up for a free account. There are free study guides. There are practice exams that you can buy. There's all kinds of stuff. We also, every Tuesday at 4, we have an NCCT prep meeting. I do not suggest that new students attend those because everything is going to be Greek. These prep meetings are a basic review. We don't go into any great detail about anything. We review questions, and it's just one question after another. And if you haven't been through the material, it's not going to do you a whole lot of good. Okay. So I suggest once you get about halfway through your program, you start going through these meetings and getting ready for that exam. Okay. And we have a lot of different resource materials here for you guys. Some of these are links, some of these are downloadable resources. There is one I want y'all to pay special attention to: cms.gov free online training courses. cms.gov is the Center for Medicare Services. Okay. It is a website that you are going to use endlessly for coding and billing. You're going to get a lot of information there for claims processing and denials and things like that. They give free certifications. You can go in and take these mini courses and get free certifications from Medicare itself. And you will learn in this program, Medicare is the biggest third-party payer in the United States. The government and Medicare are the largest third-party payer in insurance benefits in the United States. We have more elderly people getting medical care than anybody else, right? The older we get, the more we need to go to the doctor. So CMS and Medicare are specialized. They are money. If you are a Medicare specialist, that's money, babe. That's money on your resume. So I suggest you go to CMS and get every free certification you can. All right, because that's just one more thing to add to that resume. One more little certificate to pop on the back. And it's, again, money. It's money. So definitely do that. As soon as we found out about this, the instructors, we all went and did them all. We just went and did them. So, because we know, we've been out long enough to know we want that. We want to be able to say, I'm Medicare certified. Okay, so very important thing there. All right. Real quick about the NCCT. This is the last thing I'll mention about that. Unitech will pay for you. You have the insurance and coding, insurance and billing NCCT. And then there's another one that's medical office assistant, or MOA. It's a much smaller exam, a much easier exam, really, because it doesn't have any coding stuff in it. And it'll set you up for anything you want to do in the front end of a medical office, the MOA. Unitech will pay for you to take both of those. Both of them. One time though. You got to pass it the first time. If you want to take it again, it's on you to pay for it that second time. But that's why we give you all of these certification resources, so you guys are prepared to take it. Okay. Again, this is day one for you guys, so not something you're going to need to worry about this week by any means, but it is something to keep in mind. Because once you get to that middle point of your program, you want to start lining up the prep classes and your review and things like that to get ready for these exams. And you do set those up through the school, since the school pays for them. We'll help you schedule them and all that. But yeah, MOA, very cool to have if you want to do the front end stuff, and insurance and billing pretty much sets you up for the back end. So 2 certification opportunities there. All right. I think that's almost it. The last thing we're going to talk about real quick is going to be books. Okay. All of your books for this program are going to be digital. They're going to be ebooks. You are going to get an email from Miss Franny, hopefully later today. It kind of depends on you guys. I sent a day one. I'm going to stop sharing this. I sent you guys in the welcome email your day one assignment. Some of you guys I've gotten it from, I've gotten it back. Some of them I haven't. I got to get those in today for you guys to be active in the program. Okay. So if you have not sent that to me yet, please do so ASAP so I can tell Miss Franny, hey, they're active. Send them their book codes. Okay. She's not going to send you anything until I let her know you're active in the program, and I can't mark you active until I get that first assignment back. So some of y'all will get that email today. Some of you may get it tomorrow. That's okay. That's fine. Because our focus for today is that day one assignment in this meeting. That's it. If you've already turned in that assignment, you're done for today. Okay. Tomorrow, our focus is going to be getting all of the logins set up and getting you access to everything you need. You do not have an assignment for tomorrow. It's all about logins and access. We are going to be in close communication tomorrow, because as you get the emails, I'd like for you to let me know, hey, I got this email, I'm working on setting it up. Or if you just do it, hey, I got this set up successfully, I'm in. Okay. Or if you have issues, I'm having trouble doing this, can you help me? I'll walk you through it in minutes. That's why I say don't overthink it. Get in touch with me. I can walk you through this stuff in minutes. Okay. But that's tomorrow's focus, is going to be logins, getting access to ebooks, getting our access to Microsoft 365, and Moodle. 3 things: Evolve for books, Moodle for assignments and things, and Microsoft for email. Okay. And again, some of y'all have already started receiving those emails from IT for the Microsoft.
Done.
Exactly. See, so can you shoot me a text and let me know that? That way I can mark it off after the meeting. If y'all enrolled early last week, you already got it. I think 4 or 5 of y'all enrolled early last week, so they've already been sent out. If y'all enrolled on Friday, you may not get it till tomorrow. If your enrollment finished up on Thursday or Friday, because it does take our IT department 24 to 48 hours to process that and get it set up and sent to you. Okay. So if you haven't gotten it yet, no worries. If you do not have it by noon tomorrow, get in contact with me so I can have them resend it. Okay. And I think that's about it, guys. I'm sure that was enough information for one meeting, right? An hour's worth of information. All right. So any questions at all about anything?
Does the orientation that I just got into the diamond?
That's Moodle.
Okay, Moodle, and does the orientation has to be completed today?
By Friday.
Oh, by Friday.
You have until Friday. Now, for those of y'all, like I said, this week, we're gonna, I'm gonna give you guys specific assignments. I don't necessarily, if you want to jump into the Moodle assignments and do some, I'll give you credit for whatever you complete. But I have assignments that I need for you to do this week. We're gonna start those on Wednesday. Okay. I'm gonna email those to y'all tomorrow for y'all to start on Wednesday. Exactly what Wednesday's assignment is gonna.
Wait, no Wednesday because of
That's
holiday.
right. Exactly. Wednesday's Juneteenth. We're not gonna
Okay.
have anything on Wednesday. I will email you guys tomorrow for Thursday's assignments.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to get a head start on that, I will tell you it's going to be in chapter 8. If you feel so industrious, it's going to be Introduction to CPT, chapter 8 in the book. This book. And once you guys get into Evolve and you see your books, it's going to show you, this is it. It's step by step for medical coding is the book that we're in right now. And we're going to be in this book for the next several months. Okay. But you'll see in your list of books, I think there's about 6 of them, ebooks. You're going to see that book. You're going to see the covers. They show you the covers in a line. All right. So you're going to see 2 with that cover. They're almost identical, but one of them up at the top says workbook and the other one doesn't. Okay. There's a textbook and a workbook that accompanies it. We are mostly going to be working out of that textbook. If I want you to do something out of that workbook, I will say it very specifically in the instructions, okay? Otherwise, we're in the textbook. And I say it very specifically, and I highlight the word workbook just so I make sure that there's no confusion. I try to be as clear as I possibly can. If I'm ever not, text me and be like, I don't understand what you said here. What are you talking about? Okay. Yeah, so I'll email again. Today is the day one assignment, tomorrow's logins, and I will email y'all Thursday's instructions for assignments Thursday. Right. Any questions? Great question, by the way.
I have a question.
What you got?
So I have 3 emails in my Outlook folder, and one of them says that it says day 9/40
Okay.
daily assignment.
Y'all have just gotten thrown in the roster in Moodle. And when I set assignments, Moodle kind of keeps track of who on the roster has done those assignments and who hasn't. And it'll send you reminders and stuff. Y'all can disregard those. Just
Okay, so
disregard
we
them
can
for now. Yeah. And like I said, when you go into Moodle and you look at the assignments that were like for before today, they're going to say past due and 0 and this and that. But again, I will drop those so you can disregard anything about anything essentially before next week. Because again, I'm going to give y'all your own individual assignments for this week to get y'all going. Yep. Wonderful question though, Miss Tanya. Wonderful question. Anybody else? Any other questions? Nope. All right, guys. Well, if y'all don't have any other questions for me, and I promise you, you will come up with some as you start going through things and getting emails. Y'all will come up with questions. And again, shoot me a text, y'all. Quickest way to get a response and for me to be able to walk you through some stuff. If you are stuck on a screen, take a picture of that screen with your phone and send it to me, and I can direct you right where to go. Oh, this is where you are. Click on this. Super simple, okay? And please don't ever think that you are bothering me. You are not. And I understand that some of y'all work during the day and you're going to be doing assignments and may have questions at night. That is fine. I only ask because I can almost guarantee you. Please do not call or text me between midnight and 6 a.m. And you may think to yourself, well, that's silly. Why would I do that? You would be surprised. You would be surprised.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
You said our Moodle login was the same as our
Microsoft.
okay.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can almost guarantee you between midnight and 6 a.m. I am in bed. If I'm not asleep, I'm trying to be asleep. And everybody else in my house that's home is in bed too. So just between midnight and 6, y'all, just please, if you need something and you need me to get it first thing in the next morning, shoot it in an email if it's in those hours. Because I know some people, you've got work and you've got kids, and by the time you get kids to bed and ready for the next day and laundry done and this and that, it could be 1 o'clock in the morning. I finished my bachelor's degree in an online class, so I know what it's like to have to get it in where you can fit it in sometimes, so shoot me an email. I'll get it at 8 o'clock the next morning and I'll respond right away. Okay. All right, guys, if y'all don't have anything else for me, that's all I've got for you guys today. And welcome to my class. And again, I'm so happy to have y'all with me. And I'm just looking forward to see you guys fly through this and reach all the goals that you're wanting to reach.
Thank
All right,
you.
ladies, y'all have a nice day.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Y'all are very,
Bye.
very welcome.